Right here, my head down in the bush in the charm. Gone to the mountain, back to the heaven on earth. Yeah, I'm gonna find out just what this life is really worth. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, I said what this life is really worth. Thank you, everybody.
Give it up for the Eames brothers. Come on. Y'all staying warm out there tonight? Yeah. You know, I have to say, this is really amazing to see unfold. Everyone being here, a great positive energy, which is exactly what we were looking for today. And we are definitely, most definitely going to close that plant on or before March of 2012. Give it up. Don't forget, we've got vendors over here still vending and selling their good food, so eat up if you can. And I'm going to turn over the mic to one of the organizers, a face that many of you might be familiar with. So I'm going to give it over to Dan DeWalt here.
Thank you. First of all, thanks so much for coming out today. And I'd like to say, you know, as I was talking to different people about this thing, people said, like, how many people are helping out? And I lost track at like 100. There have been so many volunteers. 4 or 5 carpenters, man, brought materials, and we built this stage as volunteer labor. You know, we're going to tear it back down and give the stuff back. The website, the graphic design, every one of these musicians. The sound, how about for Sound One over there? These guys are fantastic. They showed up at 9 o'clock this morning, and they're still working. And they did this all because they believe in the power of us, the power of the people to close down Vermont Yankee, the power of the people to say to corporations, you do not control our destiny. You know, I was thinking, I'm looking at the crowd during the course of the day. You know, there was never less than like 300-400 people here. And I'm thinking, if all of these people were down at the gates and they were sitting and hanging out and having a good time, and the authorities had no other choice but to arrest them and cart them off and arraign them and deal with them. And the next day, the same amount of people show up and do that. How long do you think those people could deal with that until they would say, you know what, we need to listen to the people? I think it wouldn't take that much time. If you ask somebody in Egypt or somebody in Tunisia or even in Libya, and you said 6 months ago, what are the chances of you people getting rid of that government just by going out in the streets? People would say that's ridiculous, man. You don't have a plan. You can't do that. How could you possibly do that? They would shoot you, or there's nothing in the rule book of how to do that. And that's what people are saying to us now. They're saying, well, how are you going to shut this place down? You can't storm the walls of a nuclear power plant. That's for sure. But it's the imagination and the ingenuity of people. There are people just the other day who were down there, and they took it upon themselves to, I'm not exactly sure what they did, but they hung out, they got themselves arrested, and it sort of disappeared. Some people knew about it, some people don't. It's a mystery. But if you have 300-400 people every day, that's not a mystery, that's a news story. That's a phenomenon, that's a movement, and that means that corporate power cannot tell us what to do. So I would like you all to think about, come next March, if the Supreme Court tries to overrun Vermont law, or if Vermont Yankee just tries to keep it going anyway, on the day that license expires, which is March 21st, we will want a major presence at that plant, and we'll want to keep it there day after day after day. And there's no reason why we cannot do that. It doesn't take that much. It just takes thought and stay with itness. So that's really the message I think we want to have for everybody. Stay with itness. The fact that people were willing to do so much work just to make this event happen had nothing to do really with the music. It didn't have to do with the fact that it's a really great place and a really fun thing. It had to do that we're building solidarity with our neighbors. And when you think about what happened after the flood, our neighborhoods were just devastated. Houses are gone, roads are gone. And as soon as the last drop of rain fell, we had people with shovels, with bulldozers, with backhoes, and we were rebuilding. And we weren't waiting for the authorities to tell us what to do. And the authorities in this state had the good sense to say, hey, this is good. We're going to help you, and we're going to make it even work better. So we have the sovereignty. It's in our Constitution. It's in our Declaration of Independence. The power is with the people. And we have lost our power for a great part of the nation. But we have not lost our power in Vermont. And we have exercised that power, and we have said, as a people, Vermont Yankee, thanks but no thanks, 40 years is enough. So let's take the energy from today, and let's take it home with us. But we aren't going to leave, because there are two really great bands coming up, man. Shaka Zova, killer band, and then King Eye, just watch out. It's going to be a show. So don't go anywhere. But when you do go, tomorrow, when you're thinking about, what you're going to do in your next few months, find some people and talk to them about what we're doing. Talk to them about the fact that we can actually have control over our destinies. And there's no reason why we should just let the people, the top 400 families who have all the bread and all the silverware and all the cars and all the houses, this is not their country any more than it is our country. So in this state, we understand that, and we've taken it back. We have the rest of the country thinking that it's not so good of a thing. Believe me, if we succeed, and we will, in shutting down this nuclear power plant, we are going to energize 1,000, 10,000 tiny pockets of people across this country who think that they don't have anybody in solidarity with them. There are people in Indiana, Pennsylvania, Georgia, and these people think that they're alone in the world because they're the only people that have ideas like that maybe corporations shouldn't rule the world. When they hear about what the small state of Vermont can do, they're going to start looking around to who they've got for neighbors and who they can get their solidarity going with. So we can not only take care of our business here at home, we can inspire the nation. And it takes one person at a time. This concert started with just an idea. And one person at a time, it built into a major thing. And look what we had today. A really beautiful event, beautiful people, great music. We can do that for anything we want. And right now, we want to move beyond nuclear power.